Sierra Leone, small West African nation with a rich and complex history, has experienced waves of migration, colonization, slavery, civil war, and democratic recovery. Its name, meaning Lion Mountains, was given by Portuguese explorers in the 15th century. Over the centuries, the country became a key center for the transatlantic slave trade, a home for freed slaves, a British colony, and eventually an independent nation that faced significant challenges, including a devastating civil war. Today, Sierra Leone is rebuilding and progressing towards stability and economic development. Early history and pre-colonial societies before 1460s, long before European contact, Sierra Leone was inhabited by diverse ethnic groups, including the Temne, Mende, Limba, and Susu. These groups engaged in fishing, farming, and trade. The region was part of broader West African trade networks, connecting with the Mali Empire and later the Songhai Empire. Islam spread into the area through trade and migration from the north, influencing the cultural and political structures of various communities. European contact and the slave trade. 1462–1808. In 1462, Portuguese explorer Pedro de Sintra mapped the coastline and named it Serra Leoa Lion Mountains due to the shape of its hills. Over the following centuries, the Portuguese, followed by the Dutch, French, and British, engaged in trade with local African leaders. Initially, this trade involved gold, ivory, and spices, but it quickly shifted to enslaved people. Sierra Leone became a major center of the transatlantic slave trade, with European traders collaborating with African rulers to capture and sell enslaved people. The notorious Bunce Island, located near present-day Freetown, became a major hub where enslaved Africans were held before being shipped to the Americas. Many of these enslaved people ended up working on plantations in the Caribbean and the American South. The establishment of Freetown and British rule, 1787–1898. In the late 18th century, Britain's abolitionist movement gained momentum, and Sierra Leone was chosen as a settlement for freed African slaves. In 1787, British philanthropists, supported by abolitionists like Granville Sharp, helped establish Freetown as a haven for freed slaves. However, the initial settlement struggled due to disease, conflicts with local African groups, and poor planning. In 1792, a second wave of freed slaves, known as the Nova Scotians, formerly enslaved African Americans who had fought for the British during the American Revolution, arrived and played a crucial role in shaping the colony. The British officially declared Sierra Leone a crown colony in 1808 and used it as a base to enforce the abolition of the transatlantic slave trade. British naval forces patrolled the West African coast, intercepting illegal slave ships and settling freed captives, known as recaptives, in Freetown. Expansion and colonial administration, 1898–1961. By the late 19th century, Britain extended its control beyond Freetown to the interior, declaring Sierra Leone a British protectorate in 1896. This move led to resistance from indigenous rulers, most notably the Hutt Tax War of 1898, led by Temne and Mende leaders. The British brutally suppressed the rebellion, solidifying their control over the entire territory. During the colonial period, Sierra Leone became an important center for education in West Africa. In 1827, Foray Bay College was established, becoming the first higher education institution in West Africa and earning Freetown the nickname Athens of West Africa. Many future African leaders were educated in Sierra Leone. While Sierra Leone played a role in British administration, colonial rule brought economic exploitation, forced labor, and limited political rights for the local population. Nationalist movements emerged in the 20th century, demanding independence. Independence and Early Challenges, 1961–1991. On April 27, 1961, Sierra Leone gained independence from Britain, with Sir Milton Margai becoming the first prime minister. The country initially enjoyed political stability, But after Margai's death in 1964, his half-brother Albert Margai took power and faced growing opposition due to allegations of corruption and authoritarianism. In 1967, Siaka Stevens of the All People's Congress APC won the elections, but his rule was interrupted by a series of military coups. By 1968, Stevens regained power and led the country under a one-party system. His regime was marked by corruption, suppression of opposition, and economic mismanagement. Stevens handed over power to Joseph Saidu Momo in 1985, but by then, Sierra Leone was struggling with economic collapse, high unemployment, and social unrest. The Civil War, 1991-2002. In 1991, a brutal civil war erupted when the Revolutionary United Front, RUF, led by Foday Sankoh, launched a rebellion against the government. The war was fueled by grievances over corruption, inequality, and control of diamond mines, which funded the conflict. The war saw widespread atrocities, including mass killings, child soldiers, and the infamous amputation campaigns by rebel forces. The war dragged on for 11 years, devastating the country and displacing hundreds of thousands. In 1997, a military coup briefly overthrew the government, but ECOWAS forces, led by Nigeria, intervened to restore civilian rule. British troops and the United Nations mission in Sierra Leone, UNAMSIL, played a crucial role in stabilizing the country. In 2002, the war officially ended, with President Ahmad Tejan Kaba declaring peace. The UN and international donors supported disarmament, reconstruction, and reconciliation efforts. Post-war reconstruction and modern Sierra Leone 2002 present. After the war, Sierra Leone focused on rebuilding its economy, democratic institutions, and infrastructure. The Special Court for Sierra Leone prosecuted key war criminals, including former Liberian President Charles Taylor, who had supported the RUF. Since the war, Sierra Leone has experienced peaceful transitions of power. In 2007, Ernest Bai Koroma of the APC was elected president, focusing on economic reforms and infrastructure. In 2018, Julius Maada Bio of the Sierra Leone People's Party, SLPP, was elected, continuing efforts to improve governance and development. Despite progress, Sierra Leone faces challenges, including poverty, youth unemployment, and the impact of the 2014-2016 Ebola outbreak, which devastated the healthcare system. However, the country remains committed to peace, democracy, and development. Conclusion. Sierra Leone's history is marked by resilience, from its role in the transatlantic slave trade to its struggle for independence and recovery from civil war. Despite historical hardships, the country has made significant strides in rebuilding its institutions and economy. Today, Sierra Leone is a symbol of perseverance and hope in West Africa. Kindly share this post if you find value in it. Thanks for your support. You can watch this program on YouTube. P.S. In case you want to, feel free to reach out to me. If you need advice on your plans and ideas and how to work on your gift and purpose, drop me a message here or email me at sopiansofgod@gmail.com, and we'll arrange a call. Will you like to write a book, share your story, ideas, or knowledge in a book? Now it's easier than ever. In 3 weeks, your book will be written and published. Send a message to bookmindsgmail.com.getbooks on Amazon. Amazon Books. Check out our website, Wordflix Publishers. Like and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.